Welcome in.
We back.
Super special episode.
Yes.
Of the Wagon.
Super special.
Episode 48.
Episode 48.
Favorite player? Matt Grzelcyk of the Bruins.
Yeah.
Boom. Always hockey.
Well, yeah. No.
Always
who
hockey.
wears the middle numbers?
I don't know.
Like
fullbacks?
Yeah.
Yeah, linebackers. Patrick Quinn wore 48 for a couple of years.
All right, that's my answer.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
This is happy. Not yet. 50. 50 rings.
Close.
I have a gift
Got
for
you
you.
guys.
I have a gift.
I figured.
It's your birthday.
Can I take a guess?
I have a gift. Yes, but you don't know the extent of it.
Okay.
You'll be kind of surprised. What is your
Okay,
guess?
sweet. A watermelon Celsius.
Oh yeah, that's still in the fridge. I got you a Celsius. That's
Sweet.
in the fridge.
And
Still.
a cake that says
Cool.
something
No.
absurd.
No, not that absurd.
Okay.
This is from me to you.
By the way, shout out my family because they got me $75 through Venmo. Happy B-Day, kitten. Oh my gosh.
Show the camera. Show what it says.
It says Happy B-Day, kitten.
Yeah.
It was $10.99
Yes.
from Roche Bros.
Yeah. I know you don't really like cake.
Pink is my favorite color. I'm
Yes.
not really a cake guy.
Yeah, so I'll just eat it. But,
Okay. I probably won't eat it, so you can have it.
That's what I figured, but I knew.
That's huge for you.
Yeah. You know what was awesome was it was just some like cool like probably younger than me, like 19, 20-year-old guy. And he's
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, what do you want? What do you want on the cake?" I was like, I'll just write it out.
Could you write happy birthday and then his name's
Kitten.
it's pronounced Catan.
Catan with a K.
That Oreo's real soggy. I was gonna eat that, but
Maybe for later.
I'm gonna eat it later when it firms up.
I was like, I'll just write it down for you. And he's
Yeah.
like, okay. And so I gave it to him. He was like, right.
That's it.
So yeah, that was
Nice.
pretty sweet.
Awesome.
It's pretty sweet.
Thank
That's
you.
our unnamed new manager's idea. So credit to her.
That's huge.
Yeah,
That
and
is huge.
my mother pressuring me
great.
to get you a gift. So
Yes, she did text me.
here it is, and
Thank
your
you.
Celsius is in
I
the
love
fridge.
that.
Yep.
Can't wait.
Pumped that you're alive. Well,
Thank you.
that too, but also that you were born.
Yeah,
that's
okay.
kind of what causes
Thank you.
that.
Yeah, shout out my mom and my
Shout
dad.
out, yep, both of them together.
22 years.
22 years, dude. You're
Yeah.
getting old.
I know. I'm gonna die soon. Probably.
We've talked about that. We've talked about that for the last couple podcasts.
Dying
about
soon.
Dying soon.
All right,
So
we'll cut it.
we'll just move
Gonna be
right along.
alive for at least a little bit.
A little. You
Yeah,
think,
so
right?
that's
You
huge.
would think.
No, 22, man. That's
Huge.
I'm in my Taylor Swift era.
Your favorite person? Favorite person?
We didn't talk about this.
Please.
Time Person of the Year.
Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift, Time
Official.
Person of the Year. Maybe it's propaganda. I saw it online.
I think it's true.
Okay, I think so too. That's terrible.
Okay, why?
That is terrible.
Why?
I mean, she's the leader in private jet CO2 emissions. She's harming the country more than the world more than anyone else.
But what about the happiness she implores upon?
Yeah.
everyone?
What about charging 13-year-old girls $2,000 for tickets?
I think
That
she's
she
great.
then, with all the money, pays her bus drivers who emit more CO2 into the atmosphere.
So she's just like a Pixar villain.
She's basically like a fucking She is.
O'Hare's heir.
She basically is O'Hare. She basically deforested all of Brazil by herself.
Wow.
What about Lionel Messi? Time Person of the Year. Won a World Cup. Won a Ballon d'Or.
That would been huge.
Probably raised Miami's GDP. By,
Yeah. It was a number that just came out.
Yeah.
It was something like 400 million.
he actually did. I
Yeah.
bet.
Yeah.
By a lot.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's who I would have voted for, but I guess it don't really matter, even though it's my birthday.
Which is weird.
I know.
I know.
Why we play.
To have
I know.
birthdays.
You know what's
Yeah.
weird? I'll be turning 23 next year.
I hate that. Well,
Yeah.
we'll see. You know.
Well, I will.
Right.
Regardless.
Regardless.
Do you think
can
we'll
get
reach a level of maturity in our lives where we can go throughout a day, a week, a month without like being like, "Wow, I just said something terrible to someone,"
No.
like uncensoring ourselves? Like,
No.
so this is podcasting's never gonna work out for us.
This is crazy. Yeah. This is crazy.
Because
I have a job interview, and I was like, man, we should probably take down the last couple posts.
yeah, about
What we talked about.
just our day to day.
Speaking of,
And the crazy thing is, we censor this.
yes, it's already censored.
Yeah.
It's great. Speaking of, Sean McDermott, crazy. Can we talk about that crazy fucking guy?
Talk about
That's a
welcome
that
to the
I
Wagon.
disapproved of
Talk
that.
about-
Jeez.
Did you hear what
Crazy,
I think
right?
they talked about on PMT, which I don't know if this was a joke or not because they always like do this joke, but
Right.
if it was a joke, it's hilarious. If it's real, it's even funnier.
Yep.
They were like, he opened the floor to like questions, and they're like, "What do you think their biggest obstacle was as like a group?" And someone said TSA. So I mean that's all time.
Hilarious.
That's crazy.
Crazy.
2019 though, so someone's been holding
Crazy
on to
that
someone's been holding on to that, trying to get him fired. or
no one
something.
talked about that for 4 years.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
At the time, no one was
Oh
like,
my God.
"Oh wow."
Jeez.
Someone. Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, we had a lot of
Weird.
sports stuff happen though.
So much sports stuff.
So
We honestly
much.
weren't going to record.
Yeah,
and
and
but
then
so much sports shit happened.
we need to.
We're in the middle of finals.
Finals. I just
Yeah.
got back. I went to Miami this weekend.
Right? Yeah.
which
How was that?
weird.
We didn't really talk about
Really
that.
great. Really warm. Really
Good, it was warm.
I found myself in places that I don't belong.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
As far as like
Wealth.
places you. Okay, wealth.
You know, just people's interests.
Yeah.
This guy
Latina mommies.
shouldn't be there. Shouldn't be there.
We're gonna live there.
I was a huge fan of Miami. I wouldn't live like in Miami, but like
Lauderdale.
I think I'm a Florida guy.
Talk about the golf courses down there too, dude.
So I went to
literally itching. Time person of the year, itchiest person of the year. I'm a candidate.
You have been extraordinarily itchy this year.
This whole year.
You went through an itchy thing.
It started last Christmas.
You had a disease.
So,
you had an itchy disease.
But it was multiple different diseases.
Yeah.
Because I had poison ivy on my eyes.
Yeah. You had comments being like, Quinn, stop itching yourself.
Yeah, you look like a crack addict.
Yeah.
I couldn't, dude. I was just so
Itchiest
itchy.
person of the year, Quinn Grilos. Congratulations. That's huge.
Started using just like lotion, and I feel fine.
That's what it's there for.
Yeah.
Turns out. Which
Dry
is
skin.
Great. Welcome to lotion.
Whatever.
Welcome to.
What were you gonna say?
Don't be worried about
the
it.
golf courses down there?
Oh yeah, the mansion that I was at, right on a golf course, and it was beautiful. Saw a pheasant walking down the fairway. Very colorful looking thing. Probably
you also saw.
It should be good.
Iguana.
Oh my god, I'm coughing on something. I saw an iguana.
You alright?
You hit me so hard the other night in the chest.
Yeah, it did.
So hard. I saw an iguana. Yeah. Those things are so cool.
Really.
So I used to see them when I was really little. I used to go to Turks and Caicos like really little with my family every year till I was like, and I used to see iguanas all the time. I loved them. Saw one on the golf course, and that thing was sweet. It was like this big.
Yeah.
Scurry right up the tree. I didn't know they did that.
Yeah,
I love watching it run. Like,
you should see it swim, dude. Take it.
Oh my god.
Have you seen it before?
No.
Look up a video of iguanas swimming sometime. They fucking fly.
They are sick. And the people I was with was like, what is that, dinosaur? I don't want anything part of it.
They literally
hate that. And I was like, that's my favorite thing. I want more of those.
Have you seen any geckos?
Yes, many.
Imagine seeing a Komodo dragon.
God, those shit. What are those, like 8 feet long?
Huge. I don't know. Probably they can eat like birds.
Yeah, huge thing, like chickens. Yeah, so iguana was sweet.
Iguanas are sweet.
Saw
that could be your spirit animal.
Oh, and I saw there was just like 10 raccoons, which I thought they were nocturnal, just hanging out on the golf course. And I sent you the video. I went right up. Did you see the video of the raccoons?
No.
Really? I went
Where'd
right
you send
up.
it?
I think in a group chat or something, but I was also when my phone was acting funny. I went right up to them, and they were just like, meh.
Food needs.
Yeah, like anything with their little hand there.
Yeah, and their masks.
Yeah, but they were just hanging out, and they did not care about me at all. And there was like 10 of them just hanging out. I was like, this is awesome. This is awesome.
Animals are awesome.
Animals are the best thing ever.
That's what I think we've ruined most about nature.
It's just
like I wish I could just interact with more animals wildly.
Me too.
Instead of like pigeons.
Me too.
Imagine seeing like what animals are real native to here before.
Turkeys.
Yeah, I see turkeys all the time.
Yeah, deer.
Imagine you seeing a deer walking down the road
and not have it run away.
Yeah, a coyote, a moose, a bear.
Yeah, bear would be sweet. I love animals. So that was really cool. I did a bunch of other cool things too because I'm super cool and live kind of this weirdly dumb life all of a sudden. But the highlight was definitely seeing that iguana.
Yeah, that is awesome.
Super cool.
Iguanas are sweet.
All right.
I love iguanas.
Me too. If nothing else.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about sports.
I think we're just gonna rip through sports.
Yeah,
today.
there was a bunch of like huge things that have happened.
We haven't talked in a while, so we're gonna rip through. Maybe we'll do a little like football, basketball, baseball.
Yeah, sure.
The Shohei stuff happened.
Really big.
In-season tournament happened.
Yep.
Patriots are eliminated from the playoffs.
Yes,
we'll talk
but they
about
won,
that.
which was weird.
We'll talk about that.
Yep.
We'll talk about what else happened. Oh, the Heisman thing happened.
Yep, Heisman thing. A lot of football storylines have been happening.
Jon Rahm
to live. So that is what you can expect, and we're gonna get into it. White fucking now. Yeah, stick around.
Alright. See you later.
Welcome back into the Wagon Podcast, Quinn's birthday extravaganza special episode featuring Quinn and Matt.
Shador.
Yep, good watch.
Shador. You got me a watch?
No.
We should do the thing that Bert Kreischer and Tom
Segura do. Oh, dude, I love that.
They just keep leveling up gifts.
We
should do that, but end it after this birthday.
Okay.
So just mine.
Okay.
You just buy me a super expensive gift, like a boat.
Well, I have to start.
A boathouse.
A boathouse.
Yeah.
What am I gonna put? I don't know. It's yours. You can put whatever you want in there.
In the boathouse?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd put like copious amounts of snakes or something.
No, you wouldn't. You hate snakes.
No, I love snakes.
Really?
Yeah.
You didn't like them in that movie?
Snakes on a plane.
Prisoners.
Oh.
Yeah. Remember them in the boxes?
Oh, I was fine with them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was fine with the snakes.
Lame.
Maybe it was the dead bodies that were the children mannequins that were in there covered in blood.
Those put a bad taste in my mouth.
It wasn't the snakes. It was the dude was scary.
The dude was so scary.
I'm fine with snakes. Born in the year of the snake, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah. This year, this bit.
I don't know what mine is. I should look that up.
I think you're the horse.
Good. Love horses.
Yeah.
I need a horse. I was going to say something, but it's gone now.
Me as well.
Yeah. We're so good at this whole thing.
Football
happened.
Patriots lost.
Nope.
Except they scored more points than the other team, so technically they won.
They won, which was weird.
They lost in terms of tanking.
They did, although they still have their number 3 or whatever. Two. They still have 2. Sole possession of second. Might be 3.
I don't know. I think they're tied with the Cardinals for record. I don't know.
Okay.
But yeah, 3 or 2.
Yeah. Zappy, there's a lot of misconstructions, I would say, with the way people are viewing this game.
Yeah. Threw an awesome touchdown.
Right.
Threw 3 touchdowns in the first half. Looked amazing.
Really good.
Got nothing going on in the second half.
The second half was like abysmal.
I think people kind of forgot that the Patriots, led by Bailey Zappi, scored 0 points the past week.
Yep.
Well, it was mostly Mac Jones, right? He started the game?
Last week?
Yeah.
Like before it's
the Bears?
That was him the whole way.
Whole Bailey Zappi.
0
points.
Chargers in the rain, probably. Yeah, that was on Monday night when he came in and stunk it up. Chargers 6-0. That was Bailey Zappi led Patriots.
Yeah.
My whole thing is like this is how I can tell, like, for all you buffoons out there who are like not real fans, I'm watching that game in the airport and I'm like, this is sweet. But I shouldn't.
It was awesome to do that. It's awesome to see that as a tanking team.
I love it.
You don't see highlights like that all the time.
I love it. Any time this season.
It's fun. Yeah. People are starting to be like, oh, now we can just draft Marvin Harrison and we don't have to worry about that. Don't.
If they're, by the way, probably this is not a hyperbole, biggest Bailey Zappi podcast there is
in the history of podcasts. I would say we're up there.
I would say we got to be up there.
Yeah.
And here we are saying
he's not the guy.
Not the answer.
Not the guy.
And I love him to death.
No.
Not the answer.
Nope.
Most touchdowns in the history of college football. Not the answer.
Do you want to hear a fun?
Please, I love fun things.
The Patriots are terrible stat.
Please, yes.
Since the bye week in 2021.
Okay.
The Patriots are 11-23.
That's not good.
The quarterbacks we have beaten are Zach Wilson 3 times, Trevor Lawrence with Urban Meyer.
Right, so
they didn't really win at all.
Nope.
Mitch Trubisky.
Good player.
Jared Goff, good player.
Good player.
Yeah. Jacoby Brissett.
Good player.
Sam Ehlinger, Colt McCoy, Skylar Thompson, and then Josh Allen this year. So, pretty good wins in there.
Not a lot of them, though. No. Not a lot of them. No. And the Josh Allen thing was like a mirage.
Yeah.
How did that happen? Yeah. You know, with the kind of...
That was just vintage Belichick, which...
What, on Thursday?
No. Well, yeah, but also I'm saying the Bills.
Yeah. I think I've... I'm
out on Bill Belichick still.
Yeah.
But some of me starting to think that like they're just not going to fire him.
They're not going to fire him. I'm in on Bill for one more year. I really do want to see him.
Do you want him to really make this draft pick though?
No.
I
absolutely do not want to do. That I absolutely do not want to see. What I loved, though, was him putting on that Navy hat on game day.
Oh, that was fucking awesome.
So cool.
How about McAfee hinting about him getting fired, though, after that?
Just straight up.
Right to our
Kraft, yeah. Kraft was like, don't envy your decision.
Yeah.
Like, geez.
I wouldn't want to be in your shoes right now.
No.
Worth so much money. I would totally be in his shoes.
Yeah, I would love to.
Short man, though.
Some people don't like McAfee on game day. Actually, a lot of people don't like McAfee on game day.
I could see it. He's kind of taking over all of ESPN.
Yeah.
Like, he's basically all of ESPN media.
Right.
It's like 90% him, 10% Stephen A. Smith.
Yep.
And I could see that. He's a lot. I think he's hilarious, but if I was like a 60-year-old Patriots fan, really, or like a Navy fan, I wouldn't really be a big fan.
Yeah, a lot of people
especially like Boston Connor and I would not.
Goons, just a bunch of goons. Yeah, just a bunch of goons. I think they're phenomenal with a stale brand that was ESPN, but like people are like, bring back, was it Reese?
Witherspoon.
No,
With a
I
knife.
forget it. But the 2 guys they like got rid of who were just like boring analysts, dude. So like get over it. But yeah, I can also see how it's like, well, maybe not for everybody. Bailey Zappi, I promise you, is not the answer.
No, he's not the answer, and I don't think Bill Belichick's the answer either. I have a Bill Belichick. This is a quote.
Please.
He was asked why Marte Mapu, I don't know if you remember, rookie this year,
Mm.
hasn't seen the field more.
Once? I don't know if I've seen it once.
Okay, Bill Belichick said, we have pretty good depth at that position. Peppers and Duggar are 2 of our best players and 2 of the best players in the league at that position. The guys ahead of him are just ahead of him. Fair. Why did we draft him in the 3rd round?
Don't know.
Why wouldn't we maybe get an offensive lineman? Why wouldn't we get a wide receiver? Why wouldn't we get a tight end? Even like a running back?
3rd round. Really good.
3rd round. So pick 76. Pick 76. This past year, pick 79 was Josh Downs. Pick 81, Tyjae Spears. 84, Devin A. Chain. 88, Tank Bigsby. 93, Darnell Washington. I know we don't need like Tank Bigsby hasn't done like much this year, and a lot of these guys we didn't like need running back, but still these offensive weapons that like at the draft are supposed to be really good. Tank Bigsby was a big name. Darnell Washington's a huge person, would be great to block for the Patriots.
Yep.
And we took Marte Mapu, who hasn't seen the field.
Yeah, because we have 2 great safeties.
And you know why?
Why?
Because next year Kyle Duggar's free agent. No. And the year after that, Peppers is free agent. So he's clearly just getting this dude ready so he doesn't have to pay. How old is he? 28, 29?
Who? Duggar?
Yeah.
Duggar's like, oh yeah, well he was old when he came.
But still, 28?
26, 27. Duggar's one of my favorite Patriots.
He just said he's one of the best in the league.
So is Peppers.
He's one of the best in the league, and he's not going to pay him.
Nope.
He's not going to pay him, and if he does pay him, then it makes Marte Mapu look like a terrible pick.
Yep.
And he's the guy that drafts great defensive players. So I don't understand Bill Belichick's thought process here, and I can't. As a team that needs to tank and restart, I don't need these diamond in the rough guys. We need to just draft high skilled players.
Yeah. And
start over fresh. We don't need this Belichick mindset of like, oh well, we have 2 really good safeties, but what if we got a third to replace them when their contract's up? How about you just pay the other one that is good, and then draft Darnell Washington, who's a giant tight end that your terrible quarterback could throw to?
Yeah, physical tools got to be something.
I don't understand it.
I don't either.
I do understand it because it's worked in the past. He's won us so much shit.
True.
But it's a completely different situation now.
So true. It is, and in my opinion, it is so much different. Even though it's on the defensive side of the ball, when you have a guy like Tom Brady and you have the Patriot way in full effect, we're winning Super Bowls every year. Yeah. Every guy on that team is like either a veteran who's like experienced winning championships. The plug in place in that system, so different.
Yeah, it makes.
By the way, you have McCourty, you have Hightower, you have all these guys. You had Will
and you have Brady taking less money.
You have Brady on the offensive end. Like you have all these guys who can like. It's not just the coaching staff. By the way, the coaching staff was way better back then. So of course you can plug in place guys. Yeah. Now, not the situation. Jabril's one of your leaders. Like Jabril's one of the best Patriots right now.
Yeah.
Like this is not a situation where you can just be like, nah, we don't need him. Because you didn't need him in the past. You didn't need to pay a Revis in 2015. You know.
And as you've seen, having depth at defense and a strong defense isn't going to win you football games anymore because we've held teams under 10 points for 3 straight weeks and couldn't win a game.
Yep.
Couldn't win a game because we couldn't score more than 10 points. Couldn't score a point.
Yes, a point.
So, I just want Patriots fans to know I'm over it. I'm over Belichick. I'm over Mac Jones. I'm over Bailey Zappi.
I'm over it.
I think it's just time to move on. It's just like we're getting I just deleted that whole thing.
Kaminsky. So bad.
We're getting it's super like we're just on franchise hangover mode right now, and I think it's just gonna take a couple years for us to really realize we're in hangover rebuild mode, even though we have 3 wins. But there's no point in just waiting. Let's just do it now.
Mm-hmm. Agree.
Let's just do it now.
Okay. I agree.
Let's just move on.
What else is going on? So the Chiefs and the Bills played, which was a pretty crazy game. Yeah. It always is with those two, which is fun. The Bills, one of the most Bills fashion possible.
Yeah.
They are one of the best 7-6 teams ever, maybe?
Nah, I don't think
Favorite
so.
against the Cowboys next week.
Really?
-2.
Where's the game? In Buffalo?
Yeah, of course.
I don't know. They still have problems. Like, they beat a good team, but also, like,
the Chiefs have problems, too.
Have lost to a couple bad teams.
I'm going to play a clip for you, actually.
You know, the Broncos are 1 game out of the top of the
And
AFC.
we play them in a couple weeks.
West. Is this going to be Pat Mahomes talking to Josh Allen?
No, this is going to be Tom Brady, actually. So, you've seen this clip, I'm sure, and you're familiar with the situation. But obviously, people are dunking on Mahomes today. As they should. Like, yes, of course, I lost a little respect for Patrick Mahomes. That being said, he's been nothing but perfect his whole career. So, like, of course, like, he's due a slip up. Patrick Mahomes, you and the refs and, like, this whole thing. Yeah. I'm just going to take you back to almost 4 years ago on the dot. December 8th, 2019. Mm-hmm. If you recall, the Patriots played the Chiefs. I think it was either Sunday night or Monday night. N'Keal Harry very clearly scored a go-ahead potential game-winning touchdown. The refs ruled him out of bounds, as you're seeing. We'll put the clip up. Very clearly inbounds. I'm just going to play you the clip. This is Tom Brady talking about that play in the post-game presser, which was egregious and completely different from the Chiefs play because no one broke a rule or anything. This was 100% the refs selling this game. Very important game.
I blame the officials, but you realize you threw a touchdown pass, a legit touchdown pass to N'Keal Harry that was not whatsoever. And how frustrating is that?
It's a good question.
Yeah, terribly worded question.
I mean, it's
He looks so weird.
Yeah. Doesn't happen very often, so, it happened, so we stood a chance and wish we could have scored there at the end, so.
Happens.
No, it does happen.
It is what it is. That's the greatest of all time talking. So
there's been moments where he's like gotten into it with the refs and stuff.
Patrick and true. And Patrick's been great the last couple of weeks when there's been it's been a weird season with the Chiefs and the refs, like the Valdez gambling thing. Mahomes was like, just let them play, let the boys play.
Yeah, so he did it last week.
Had a whole meltdown though today.
It's tough when he was offsides.
So offsides.
The only problem I really had was him after the game. The hot mic he caught talking to Josh Allen.
Weird.
When he said, Josh Allen was like, hey, good game, man. See you later in the playoffs, whatever. And then Patrick Mahomes was like, worst fucking call I've ever seen in my life.
When I first
you can't
saw
do it
that,
at the end of the game, offensive, whatever it is.
Which is,
They never call it.
Right. In Andy Reid's career, he's had 27,600 something offensive plays. That is the first time.
Although they've called it a lot more this year. And I saw something, there's obviously so much random shit in the media, but I saw something that a ref said, we couldn't see the ball, which is the reason I had to call it, because he was standing in front of the ball, which you call it, it's a penalty.
Totally.
Sure, it might be ticky-tacky late in the game, but you can't really respond like that. And I think it's just his ultra-competitiveness.
Yeah.
It obviously is, which I respect, but you also won a Super Bowl on a ticky-tacky call.
James Bradbury.
Yeah.
The most ticky-tacky call I've ever seen.
It's also happened. Also. There was one last year, an offensive offsides on Terry McLaurin, or maybe it was 2 years ago. I don't know if you remember. There was a minute left in the game. I forget who they were playing. They were on the 2-yard line, third down, and the Commanders just ran the ball right up the middle in the end zone. And Terry looked at the ref 3 times. It was like, I'm good, and the ref was like, yep, you're good. And then right when they snapped the ball, they threw an offensive offsides flag and moved it back 5 yards, and they didn't convert, and they lost the game. So it's happened before, and you can't act this out egregiously. I know he's competitive. I know he's arguably the best quarterback in the league. You can't act out like that, but I also don't think he should be getting as much hate as he is online. People are like, oh, he's not even a top 5 quarterback anymore just because he acted that way.
Yeah.
I think it's just also pent-up aggression between the Chiefs not having any wide receivers and the offensive line not being great for the last 5 years.
Totally.
Yeah. Doesn't have it. It seems like the Chiefs aren't the same Chiefs.
And he looks very
Travis Kelce looks kind of older almost. Or defenses are starting to double him.
Yeah. He looks uncomfortable.
It feels like a different Chiefs this year, and he's upset that it's
sure.
Even though they just won a Super Bowl.
Yeah, it's weird. When that first happened and I saw those clips, I was like, wow, this is crazy. I lost respect. And then I saw every single media outlet saying I love it. And I'm like, okay,
it's not that big a deal.
It's not that big a deal. Everyone knows it's fine. What is interesting though, just taking a step back, is when they gave Mahomes all this money, I'm kind of anti that in general, but with him, I'm honestly, good contract. What are you gonna do? It's Patrick Mahomes. He'll be able to elevate anyone.
Yeah.
Tyreek Hill turns out kind of a once in a lifetime receiver.
Yeah.
Right. Kind of just is. Rashee Rice is pretty solid, yet is due for a crazy he fumbled.
I think he'll be good though.
But he's not he's due for a big mistake a game.
Yeah.
He's young, but it's this is what you have. You have this tight end who's pretty good, but it's this is what happens when you pay a quarterback this crazy money. You have to rely on guys like Kadarius Toney who has made huge mistakes because this is just what it and it's just very interesting to think about
I'd also like to say
can you really be
that Travis Kelce
successful
play
with that type of contract? Yeah.
That Travis Kelce play was all fucking time.
All time.
That was unreal.
It would have been great. And that's, again, our friend Lane is always why don't they just lateral? And we're like, you can't do that. And it's why couldn't you?
He could.
I know, he did.
Yeah.
It basically worked.
Well, it wouldn't have happened if...
Right, if Tony was
onside,
7 feet backward. But yeah, so that's my stuff on the Chiefs. I think
you see Sean McDermott got the game ball for all the media things he went through?
Really?
Yeah, not a joke.
Okay. He gave it to himself?
No, the owner gave it to him.
Oh, nice.
And then also the same video of him giving the speech in the locker room, I saw it translated into Arabic.
I saw
so that was really
really
not funny, guys.
Not.
We are anti-terrorism. We are anti-terrorism.
Come out and say it.
We're anti-terrorism. I'll come out. I'm coming out of the anti-terrorism closet.
Yep.
I'd like to say I was just in there and I'm going back in.
I'm staying in there.
Because I'm anti-terrorism.
Yeah. This is the anti-terrorism.
I stepped outside and I was like, what the hell's going on?
I hate it out here. I live in the anti-terrorism.
Best you in York.
Oh, so good. Okay. Hey, I'm going to ask you right now.
Don't.
Who is making the Super Bowl in the AFC? Because I don't really know.
My pick is still the Chiefs. I'm just gonna pretend the Chiefs are the Patriots.
Sure.
Because that's all my brain knows is like dynasties. So I'm just gonna say for the next 20 years it's the Chiefs. Maybe 25 years. 18 years.
18 years.
I'm just gonna pick the Chiefs until they just lose like 3 in a row. Like till they don't make the playoffs or something. Because it's just the Chiefs in my opinion.
8-5.
The Browns, Flacco. Flacco needs one more touchdown pass to tie what's his name? Kenny Pickett.
Remarkable stuff.
Crazy.
But Matt Canada was the problem there.
Yeah.
He
was.
Kenny
Pickett's hurt now.
We'll see. I actually don't know what the score of the Dolphins game is right now, but
we can 10
to 10. You know what I mean? It's
I needed like 8 points to win in fantasy this week and clinch a bye in the playoffs, and then I would have been able to automatically compete for third place, which is your money back, which is a lot of money.
Huge.
And none of the guys in my league care about setting their lineups or anything, and I'm gonna lose because Tyreek Hill's hurt and Jason Sanders got a kick blocked, and now I'm gonna lose in the first round and lose all my money.
Horrible.
Fuck.
Horrible.
But
brutal.
The guy, I sent out a text because I was like, "Hey, do you think we can have people set their lineups this week so that way, like the guys ahead of me could maybe lose?"
Right.
And he sent out that text to the group, and the guy I was like specifically trying to get to set his lineup answered the text and didn't set his lineup. Started Ramondre Stevenson this week. The worst. The guy that I'm playing didn't have his lineup set, and then saw that text and set his lineups. So it fucked me double fuck.
The worst. Not good fantasy etiquette.
I hate fantasy. I'm done.
I think I might be done after this year in all sports.
You are terrible in fantasy basketball. You might be the worst fantasy basketball player I've ever seen.
So I have like absurd confidence in myself to do a lot of things.
Yeah.
Like most things. I'm like, I can do that. I cannot play fantasy basketball.
You are awful.
And I know a bunch about basketball.
Yeah.
So I don't understand why I can't do it. I'm also, to be fair, playing in a league with 9 hardos.
I'm not a hardo.
True. Okay. 8 hardos.
Yeah.
Like 7 hardos.
Well, I'm hardo.
I mean,
as far as like,
I
right
can't
now
do it. I'm 0-7 and I lose every week by 150 points.
Oh, you're already eliminated from the playoffs, and we're not even a quarter into the season.
Are you kidding me?
Probably.
I'm playing a 1-6 team this week. I cannot play fantasy basketball.
No, you're
I can't. I try to set my lineups every day, but if you don't do it one day, you're done. And then like people are like picking up dudes and dropping dudes like who are playing. It's crazy, dude. I think I'm done. I can't do it.
You should be done.
It's crazy. I might try and sell the team. Just have someone else manage it for me.
Matt's, what's it called?
It's right now. It's the Nasri fan club.
Oh, okay.
Nasri basketball club.
All right, let's get back to football.
Back to football.
What else
Apologies.
happened? The Heisman stuff happened, which is...
Heisman stuff happened. I also do just want to say, how good are the Cowboys?
Okay, I'm doing the thing again, but not as bad this year. Yeah, I'm relapsing on the whole Cowboys are the best team in football thing.
They're good. But
I think I'm stronger, man, than I was last year, and I'm not buying all the way in. But I might. They're pretty good. Dak seems like he's playing better.
MVP competition.
And like Mike McCarthy is like
got his appendix removed. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Doesn't
Maybe
matter.
Zion should do that. Lose a little weight.
Jeez.
But yeah, I don't know. Mike McCarthy's coaching well. The defense looks good. Stephon Gilmore looks great.
Really
good. Is it Duron or Delon?
Bland. Bland, I believe.
He's awesome.
Yep.
Mike Parsons awesome.
Yep.
DeMarcus Lawrence awesome.
CeeDee Lamb all of a sudden is he a top 3 receiver in the league? Probably.
I think he's been in that conversation for a while.
Yeah.
But he's good. He's good. Their offensive line's obviously always been good.
Here's my thing. I will believe it when I see it with Dak. I can't put them.
The thing is, we've seen it before, but not consistently.
That's what I'm saying. Not at the highest level consistently. I can't.
No, not consistently. But he's played
really good.
The best quarterback in the league. He's played quarterback is better than anyone else in the league. Like
probably
against the Buccaneers in the playoffs last year, that was unreal. And like this past week, the past 2 weeks, unreal.
Yep.
But I just can't trust it.
I'm not ready.
That's why I'm picking the Chiefs. Like
because it's experience.
I can't trust the Dolphins.
Right. I know, and it's crazy because this season, just in a nutshell, like the Chiefs have fucked up so many times. The Chiefs should be like 10-1 or whatever.
This is before last. Is this updated?
Yeah. Oh. And look, I think the 49ers are by far and away the best team right now. And I think Brock Purdy is criminally underrated somehow. Everyone loves just taking shots. We're a big Brock Purdy podcast. This guy, week in and week out, 350 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, I'm over all media. In general. We're an anti-media podcast.
Which is weird because we are media.
We are media.
Yep.
But
changing from within.
Jalen Hurts.
Please. Is now the worst quarterback.
He's now the worst quarterback in the NFL.
He has fumble problems.
And they lost 2 games. And I think one of the games was in the pouring rain.
Correct.
Like, people have never had a bad game in their life. Tom Brady never had a bad game. All these quarterbacks never had a bad game.
It's crazy.
They're like,
it's crazy.
He's terrible. They're basically just saying he's Justin Fields now.
Yeah.
Who's also playing well, and now people are like, don't even draft the quarterback.
Yep. And now Jordan Love, the game's still going on, but didn't have
one bad game. It's like
I'm out.
It's crazy.
It's really like crazy from a logic standpoint when you look at it this way. Like Hurts is like had a fumble last night, that is one play out of the whole game.
Yeah.
That could have.
That's why football is so polarized. Like any other sport, you play so many games that you have a bad game, it doesn't matter. Tatum could have 19 points and then the next day have 40, and it's like he averaged 30.
Yeah.
So whatever. But if you have 2 bad games in football, you're bad now.
It's crazy.
You're bad.
Chill out.
If you have one bad play, you're bad.
Chill out. Especially with young kids.
Jaylen Brown turns it over with his left hand, and it's like not a big deal, but he does it for the whole season, and it's like you're bad.
Yeah.
In the NFL, if you have one bad interception, it's like, dude, you're terrible.
You're terrible.
Yeah.
It's one play. It's
so
one
weird.
play. One play amongst the greatest athletes on the planet.
What's your quarterback rankings right now?
Good question. Really good question. I still have Mahomes at 1. I can't take him off.
Okay, Mahomes 1. Me as well.
I can't take him off 1. 2, right now.
Yeah.
Right now we're saying? That's a great question. 2, I am... This might surprise you a little bit. 2, I'm going to go Hurts.
Me too.
People are off
him.
Again,
Hurts.
A couple plays... They have had like an insane 4 weeks.
You know, he's before this past loss, I think they were 27-3 in their last 30 games, which the only other person to do that was Tom Brady. And that's like to start his career also.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, basically. Like chill out.
Okay.
He'll be good.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts 3. I'm gonna go Josh.
Wait, no,
Jalen Hurts 2.
Josh Allen.
I'm gonna go Josh Allen 3.
Okay.
I think he is like a life preserver for that team right now.
I agree.
Really
Turnover machine,
but also, I'm gonna mess this stat up, so I apologize. But he has more turnovers than anyone in the last, let's call it 3 years.
Yeah.
But he also like has the more touchdowns scored, like running and passing by far than anyone in the last 3 years.
Yeah, there was a year. I forget if it was
like,
last year, the year before, he had a bunch of rushing touchdowns.
It's like
the year Jameis Winston threw 40 and 40.
Yeah, not quite. That was crazy.
What was it? It was 30 and 30?
Something like that.
It was 30 and 30?
No, I just mean not quite in comparison, but yes.
Yeah.
No, it was like 40 and 40.
Yeah. 40 interceptions.
It was crazy. But Allen's basically like Aaron Judge, you know what I mean? I think he's very...
Yeah, either strikes out
or hits, and he's Aaron Judge, what MVP. So I'm huge on that. Dak 4. Dak's been great. Dak's been unbelievable since, is it Thanksgiving or like one of those things? Yeah, in the last few games, he's been really, really good.
Okay.
I'm a huge... I know what Dak's been doing. 5, I'm going to go Purdy.
Me as well.
Purdy. I mean, you
and
just...
then Tua?
Turns these... I'll go 2 and then Lamar right outside, and then T-Law. T-Law has been kind of weirding me out. I don't really know what's going on.
Dude, for as much as we talk about like banged up quarterbacks, there's still that top 7's like so solid.
Yeah, we're good. Yeah. And I didn't mention Goff, who's been kind of weird. But,
although the quarterback, like
I didn't mention Russ. I didn't even mention Stroud.
Well.
I didn't mention Stroud.
Herbert
Stroud
had a bad game, so now he's garbage.
And he got lit up.
Yeah,
and it's he's garbage.
He
Russ is playing unbelievable, but yeah,
the whole football injuries thing. I mean, football shouldn't be a sport. I love it. Shouldn't be a sport. I wouldn't be surprised if in 10 years it's flag football.
I mean,
it shouldn't be a sport.
Shouldn't be a sport. It's very much like...
I mean, people have died on the field.
We look back on, like, the gladiators in ancient Rome, and we're like, Jesus, how is that so popular? Those people are barbaric. They were killing people with swords and lions.
Shields.
At least they had shields. I don't even know how far it's going to be. 40 years? 50 years? We're going to look back and be like, oh my God, they just played that? I mean, every play they're leading with heads.
That ball that Josh Jobs threw is the equivalent of...
murder.
Equivalent
of attempted murder.
No, just leaving a lion in the cage, like out with some gladiator.
Correct.
It's the same thing.
Same thing.
That is a hospital ball.
Hospital ball.
That's an end your life ball.
Yep.
Crazy.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And the worst part is...
But at the same time...
I love it.
I love it.
It's one of my favorite things.
I watch NFL's worst hits weekly.
Here
comes the
boom! Everyone's watched that.
I love it.
Everyone's watched that.
I love that video.
So there's something about human nature that loves violence.
Yeah.
And that is why the NFL is so popular, and it's going to continue to be popular, and it's been pretty remarkable.
I need to send my mom a picture of this.
Of what? Oh, yeah, please do.
What
are...
Tyreek Hill returns the game.
Oh, and you're so back. What do you... the playoff picture is really interesting right now. I think we'll get maybe a little bit better of a situation.
We're at 26 minutes.
Yeah, 26 minutes. Last question, really quick.
Okay.
What do the Bears do for quarterback?
If I were the Bears, do you want to pause and talk about Heisman stuff after?
Yeah.
I'm back and I'm better. I want you bad as ever. Don't let me just let up.
Don't let me slay.
We should start doing songs of the week.
Don't let me slay. I'm so in. We sang one last week.
But we don't have to sing it. We can just pick a song. Happy birthday song? Probably. Okay. You want to sing it? No.
Birthday to Quinn. Happy.
Okay, if I were the Bears.
Yeah, if you were the Bears. We just left off.
Question is posed.
Bears.
If I were the Bears, what would I do? I would draft Marvin Harrison.
Cool.
Maybe I wouldn't take him first overall, but I would trade down or something. Take him third or something.
You use 2 picks?
Yeah. I would draft Marvin Harrison. I would trade Justin Fields. And I would draft Jaden Daniels. That's what I would do. That's what I wish the Patriots could do.
Okay.
That would be ideal for me. I think Jaden Daniels is going to get the same amount of hype that got Anthony Richardson the 4th pick. Or was he 4th?
Something like that,
yeah. I think he's going to get that much hype because he's a fucking monster. Have you seen how big he is?
He's huge. He's
so tall. Yeah. So tall, obviously freakishly athletic, can throw the ball. It's Anthony Richardson in my opinion.
Yeah,
not
Anthony
as physical
Richardson,
of a runner, but faster and
with a Heisman, way better.
With a Heisman,
What was
way
it?
Better.
Like 50-4 or something this year?
Yeah, 50-4. That's what I would do. I'm off of Justin Fields. I just think his time in Chicago is over. Like it's not gonna work. I'd like to see him somewhere else. Try out somewhere else. Not the Patriots. Maybe the Patriots. But not the Bears. He's contract coming soon. I would just draft the quarterback.
I would too. I don't think. I think don't overthink this. This isn't the best example, but Cardinals drafted Josh Rosen. He had kind of a rough first year. That was after 1 year, and then they had their number 1 pick. It was like, well, Kyler Murray's available. Let's just not overthink this. And I'm not out on Caleb. I think he's really, really good. If they have the number 1 pick, I think just take Caleb Williams and.
It seems that simple.
Just be done with it, and then maybe trade another pick. Maybe grab a Joe Alt or something.
Yeah. I think Jaden Daniels is going to be really good. I know you don't like his throwing motion.
No, I don't. That was Penix. I don't mind.
Oh, that was Penix.
He looks a little weird, but my thing with Daniels is I think he can totally be really good. But from the position that the Bears are in, I want them to just take the closest thing to the surest thing. Because I've seen them mess up so many guys.
Yeah.
And Jaden Daniels seems less refined, even though he just won the Heisman.
Yeah,
but
he did.
He's a little less refined. So, a Drake May or Caleb are more refined now. Not that there aren't question marks. But I just don't... The surest thing is what I think they should do.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair. You know what I don't think is a sure thing?
What?
Drake May.
Okay.
Who just declared for the draft.
Today.
Future Patriot, question mark, maybe. I don't think he's a sure thing at all. I think his qualities are he's tall.
Yep.
He's strong.
Yep.
He's a cannon of an arm.
Can move a little.
He's fast.
Yep.
He can move a little. I don't think he's a polished player at all. I think his ceiling is Justin Herbert.
Yeah.
Which is huge.
Agree.
Yeah, good ceiling, but also Justin Herbert.
Right.
Been injured, hasn't really done much.
Right.
I think his floor is Danny Dimes, someone like that who can run the ball, is big and tall, but I don't really want him that much.
Not exactly lighting it up this season.
Not exactly lighting up or playing.
Right.
I don't know. I just don't think he's polished. I don't think he's going to be able to run in the NFL like he did over ACC defenses.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just not in on him. I get a weird vibe.
That's fair. That's
my draft analysis, and I'm also way better at analyzing players than you are. So
apparently, which I hate.
Well,
I can't stand it. I haven't watched a lot of Drake May, but I feel like that's for a reason. He hasn't exactly been lighting up.
Yeah.
Did he not play for 5 games or something?
No, not that many. He missed a couple, but they also lost to.
Yeah, he lost. I think they had 4 losses or something like that.
Or something crazy
and they should have
that.
had more wins in that ACC.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the Bears. I'm surest thing.
You're just taking
surest thing in an offensive lineman. Just stop with the.
What if you can
firing Eberflus? That guy stinks.
Yeah. What if you could just trade it for, the 3rd pick, get Marvin Harrison, and would you want? I don't know.
I'd rather just shore up the quarterback. That's my thing with any team right now.
The Patriots too.
Patriots thing. Please get if you. Not always is there a sure thing, and obviously there's question mark with Caleb Williams. But
what about?
I think he's going to be pretty good.
What about the example of this past year? I know it's so soon to call out Bryce Young, but as far as a sure thing goes, he was the best quarterback in the draft, and he got drafted to a terrible team, and that's really why he's bad.
Yeah.
So the Bears are still a bad team everywhere else on the field. But they have DJ Moore, and they just traded away. No, they just traded for who's that guy? They got Sweat.
Sweat on the defense end.
It's looking better, but still not a great team, not a good coaching staff. How is it a sure thing? I don't know.
Well, one, I do think...
I agree, though. I agree.
Yeah, I do think they are in a better position than Carolina by a couple levels.
Yeah.
And 2, this is easy to say now, but I think Caleb is much more of a sure thing than Bryce Young was.
Yeah.
Even though I was super high on Bryce Young, admittedly, I think he is just a much more of a sure thing. But not to say he is necessarily going to be. Anything else on the NFL? We could transition to we kind of just did the Heisman stuff. But
yeah, we kind of did. No, Jaden Daniels got the Heisman.
As he should have. It wasn't exactly a blow-away Heisman class, but yeah, Jaden Daniels was the best player.
People are asking if he's the worst. People are asking if he's the worst Heisman.
No, not as bad as your guy that you mentioned. The Notre Dame.
Yeah, 4-4 or whatever. No, they were 2-8.
2-8. Yeah, better than him. I mean, he lit it up. He just had 3 losses or something.
3 losses, a bad defense, but people are saying like half of his touchdowns came against D3 teams, which maybe statistically might be true.
Whatever.
But we're Jaden Daniels.
So I was with a guy this weekend whose college quarterback was Bagent, Tyler Bagent.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
I
didn't have anything to add, but talking about the Bears and quarterbacks. So.
Is his name Tyler?
Tyson.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Tyson Bagent.
No, that's all. I mean.
Josh Dobbs benched, by the way. That's another media
garbage
thing. This guy was Jeremy Lin for a couple of weeks.
We said it.
We said it.
I was like.
No, we were both like, he's not that good.
No, he did the same thing on the Cardinals. He was like awesome for 2 games, and then he was like, oh, this is why this guy doesn't have a starting job. Although he is an astronaut.
Which is great for him.
Yes.
This is our daily, we just pump music into the podcast studio because we think it'll improve the vibes.
It'll improve the audio quality.
Yes. That's just, we do this every time. Anything else in the NFL? We can transition to the NBA.
Who's your MVP right now?
My MVP right now.
Big Cock Brock?
My MVP right now is Brock Purdy.
Tyreek Hill.
Hill is unbelievable. This can change week by week. Right now it's Brock Purdy. Here's why. They've had an unbelievable roster for like 5 years now. It hasn't been the same roster, but it's been unbelievable for like 5 years. It's now the most dominant it's ever been. And it was this time last year too. Both reasons are because Brock Purdy. Again, Purdy had like 1.5 bad games, and it was like, oh, this guy stinks. Week in and week out, he has 3 touchdowns, 300 to 375 yards, probably 0 picks.
Yeah. We should look up his air yards.
I think they're better than you'd think, honestly.
I think so too. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. In support of him.
Yeah. That would be a great stat. I hope they're good. He rolls out really, really well. He just and for me, that's been this has been a chaotic year. In a year of chaos, he's like the ultimate stabilizing force for them. I think that's absurdly valuable.
I think so too. I also think in a year of chaos, if there's any year to give the award to a non-quarterback,
totally agree.
This feels like it's the year.
Totally agree.
Which I said the same thing about the Heisman.
Wasn't any standouts in college, but Tyreek Hill, I think there's an excellent argument to be made for him.
Yeah, if he finishes out the year and has 2,100 yards and he's on pace for
Miami could certainly get the 1 seed.
Yeah, 1 seed. He got out. He went out of the game tonight, and they were notably worse. Tua had to hold on the ball way longer, and they couldn't find anyone. He was getting sacked and stuff. So.
Value.
I don't know. I think it would be cool to see.
You hear McDaniel talking.
He's a criminal, though.
Criminal. Alleged.
No.
Not alleged.
Not alleged.
You hear McDaniel talking about him?
No.
They asked him about him in a presser this weekend, or this week, and he was like, "Yeah, that's why I shouldn't be a GM because I heard that." And I was like, "Get him anything, send him anything, and for Tyreek." The GM was like, "Hey, we're thinking we might be able to."
Oh yeah, 5 picks, and then you see someone on ESPN was a Jets fan, and they're like, "Yeah, I would never do this trade. Tyreek Hill's not that good. Doesn't really change the pace of the game."
Yeah. Imagine how much different we look at Zach Wilson right now, who, by the way, played unbelievable this week.
Yeah.
My Zach Wilson love remains. I think there's totally a case for to be made for Tyreek Hill. I'm going to say Purdy right now. There also is a sneaking suspicion that Dak could be the MVP. I think that's probably...
Oh, true. Dak is working his way up there.
I think that's probably, if we looked at the odds, that'd be around there.
I don't know. I think it's going to turn into a fun little end of the season.
I know. It was nice because I was like, oh, the Eagles and the 49ers are just better than everybody. Now I'm like, I don't really know. I think the 49ers are better than everybody. I don't know anything else. The 49ers are better than everybody, but they're injury prone. That's just what they are. So I'm actually pumped where the league is right now.
Yeah, it's fun.
Head into the playoffs. Okay, NBA?
Yeah. Do you want to break or just go?
I think we can just go.
Yeah, I think so too.
If need be. Where do you want to begin? Celtics versus Pacers in-season tournament?
Yeah, this is really old. This is from a while ago. They lost.
They did.
They lost. That's what happens when you play a good team, a playoff team, at home in a high electric environment, high energy environment, and you don't have your stuff. You just lose. You lose by a couple points. That's just what happens. And that's what happened.
It's in-season tournament ball.
In-season tournament ball, and we got to be ready for that. I think it was fun. I love the in-season tournament idea.
I love it.
I think everyone's all in now.
I love it.
Props to Adam Silver.
Yep.
But the Pacers also acted like they won a championship in the first round of the in-season tournament and went on to talk so much shit and then lost in the finals. And no one's really holding them accountable for that. No one's holding them accountable for that at all. But, yeah, that game was fun. I think it was a good environment.
It was, I think they have the...
Terrible court.
I love it. Love the court.
Terrible.
I love it. I love the court.
Really?
What would you do with the court? Courts in general.
Make the colors less neon.
Less jarring.
I don't even care if you change the court. Just don't make them that bright.
It was the blue again. The blue
and yellow.
Yeah. For some reason, I like that combo.
Hate it.
I feel like I was playing in like a Bermuda pickup court or like on a cruise ship.
Yeah, which is a video game.
Yes.
I like didn't hate the idea of changing the court, but you don't got to make it as bright as possible. Because I'm there to watch basketball, not look at neon colors for 2 hours.
Yeah, I think there can definitely be some
adjustments.
Yes, and maybe some testing beforehand.
Yeah.
Which first year. The Pacers are really fun. Tyrese Halliburton's really good, and they absolutely got a little bit ahead of themselves, which is what young teams do. I believe they're the lowest payroll in the NBA.
Yeah, so that money
is really cool. $500K is like half of these guys' salaries. A lot of them.
Instead, LeBron got it.
Which we'll talk about.
But you see, everyone there was like, all the Lakers people in their press conference was like, "Oh, I could actually like go on vacation this year, buy my family something nice." Like you're getting paid $30 million this year. So you don't need $500,000.
Right.
When
Unless
the Pacers
like,
players are making like $800,000.
Yeah, right. That's double their salary almost, more than. Like so that was funny. Should I do my LeBron stuff now?
Yeah, do it.
Okay. So this is huge. This is breaking news for the Wagon podcast. Breaking, and for me personally.
Breaking news. You're a LeBron guy.
LeBron James
is the greatest player of all time.
Is the greatest basketball player
really?
Of all time.
Dude, what?
I know.
We need something to disagree on.
I know.
We can't keep doing this.
I know.
We were going to debate about this
in
like
smart.
a month.
We're too smart.
You and me?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
I know.
That's it.
I'm sick of like talking myself into Jordan when I'm just relentlessly reminded how great LeBron is. And he's still
watching him, yeah.
And like watching, I'm like, it was one of those things where it's like, I'm watching. So I landed late Saturday night and I'm catching up on the game, and I'm watching and I'm like, yeah, well Jordan would have won this probably. Jordan would kill you. Yeah, he had those 2 years where he didn't play. That was weird, and he was kind of weird off the court.
In the middle of his prime.
And then I'm like, what am I doing? LeBron has the most points ever. He's an unbelievable physical specimen.
Yeah.
I don't think, and this is what really did it for me, I don't think there's anyone who cares more about the game of basketball in the history of the league than LeBron James. And that, he has done so much for the NBA. So he is this is, again, what blows my mind. Like, everyone has shit. Tom Brady, in my opinion, is a model citizen, and he has had shit. Like, he has had weird years. He has had weird off-the-court stuff, divorces, cheating things, whatever. LeBron has, like, a remarkably squeaky clean record in the era of the internet. No. Not on purpose. Yeah. He was cold, by the way. It was cold in the air.
But that's my thing with the Jordan LeBron debate, is you see anytime there's a flaw, people try and point it out about LeBron, and people try and find reasons to hate LeBron and point out like his bad plays. Jordan didn't have to deal with that, and you didn't see like people today don't see any of his errors, any of his flaws. Like you just hear about 6-0 in the finals, like all this great stuff he did, defensive player of the year, blah blah blah, scoring titles, all this, all that. LeBron James, every time he steps in the wrong place, he gets on 1,000 posts on ESPN.
1,000, and it's hardly ever.
Yeah,
it's hardly ever, and it's never anything of actual consequence. It's always
just like corny shit.
Related to basketball or some weird thing like that. And like this was what blew my mind. He's played the same amount of games as he has with the Heat. Officially with the Lakers. Yeah, which was crazy. And I'm like, we always view the Heat as like that was his peak.
Yeah, I always thought he was there for so long.
I know, right? Better in points per game on the Lakers than the Heat.
That's pretty wild.
More rebounds per game, more assists per game, and he's comparable in every other stat, barely less.
Yeah,
and he's 39. So that, I mean, everyone been talking about that all season, but it's still legitimately crazy that he's 39, about to turn 40 in I think a couple weeks. I think his birthday's in December or maybe January. But
like Jordan probably had a better prime.
I guess
that's me too. I guess I'm a LeBron guy, but whole career wise,
I love Jordan.
I mean, LeBron. He's been doing it for 20.
That's what I'm saying. Like there's no. I'm sick of just like trying to like make this weird case
trying to
for
ignore
Jordan
his greatness.
Exactly, and like again, the 2 years off for baseball. It's like that. LeBron just never had any of that. He was just the best player on the planet for an absurd amount of time, and is still like this new in-season tournament thing is happening. You know what the league really needs? Players to take it seriously. Okay, how about the greatest player probably ever, the most iconic player in the league right now?
Yeah.
balls to the fucking walls the whole time. He's guarding Zion at half court.
Yeah.
He literally just bullied Zion Williamson that whole in the semifinal game. Just because he's like, no. And then after the game, he was like, even the first game he played, that's when I knew. Like, the first game he played, he was like, this is in-season tournament game. This is huge. It's like, yeah, dude. Like, I don't know if there's been any player that's done more for their league than LeBron has done for the NBA. Like, just in terms of, like,
Tiger Woods for the PGA Tour.
Good call.
Tiger Woods for the PGA Tour. That is, in my opinion, the greatest athlete of all time.
Yeah, maybe.
Because he changed the game more than anyone's changed another game.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair. But I think other than
it's close.
Other than him, I think it's LeBron.
Yeah.
It's just crazy.
No, I think he's the greatest.
It's crazy.
Well, first and foremost, I think you can't really decide the greatest of all time. We're
so different players.
It's so different.
They're so different.
LeBron's greatness is undeniable, and it's awesome that he did the in-season tournament thing because
it's so cool.
It's just great for haters to be like, oh, they're gonna hang another banner, blah blah blah.
Yeah, of course they should hang a banner. Why not? Hang a banner. Make it weird. Make it different. Make it different.
Like even the Celtics hang banners that say like Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah.
So
hang banners, dude. Like of course this is gonna be
the game
important.
evolves.
I'm telling you, like the in-season tournament's gonna be important, and like, it already is.
I saw someone said they're trying to make it so you get a playoff spot if you win, some shit like that.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
There's always random.
That's fine right now. He's like
Who? I have a question for you.
Yep.
Who after LeBron? Who after LeBron is going to be the face of the NBA?
I've been thinking about that a lot.
I think like Evan Turner brought it up in his podcast or something like that. He was like, we had Jordan, then we had Kobe, and now we have LeBron. Like these guys were the face of the NBA, and now we don't have one. Like Jokic isn't.
Wemby.
Although I personally think Jokic is far better than any player in the NBA right now.
I agree, but he's extremely.
You can't sell his game.
He's extremely unmarketable, and that's fine. I don't mind that, but from this perspective, I really don't know. Now the argument would be like we have a like great group of like 6 young guys that are all really really good.
So someone will pan out.
Would be.
Or it's just like market all of them.
It was what's crazy is that it was supposed to be Kevin Durant, right?
Yeah.
And like LeBron has like somehow eclipsed Kevin Durant's career
again.
Like LeBron's
in his whole career.
And
KD kind of turned into a villain and got hurt.
And like LeBron's better than KD is now.
Yeah.
What? Still.
Yeah, I know.
What? It's crazy.
LeBron's better than
a lot of people in the NBA right now, honestly, which is crazy.
He's still
it should be getting worse and it's not.
He's still criminally underrated.
It's very Tom Brady. I agree.
People think he's not even a top 10 player right now.
I agree. It's absurd. He's probably top 5 at least.
If we're talking top 10 players right now, that means players you want on your team right now. Yeah. And obviously it's different per team.
Right.
Like what your team needs. LeBron is probably the number 1 player I want on my team
right now
over anyone.
Correct. Just
because he's LeBron. He knows the game more than anyone has ever known the game.
Yes, he's a genius. He's a legitimate basketball savant, which is awesome because he can be like goofy in real life sometimes, but he's like a savant when it comes to the game of basketball. Yeah. Also happens to be the most physically gifted player ever, right?
Yeah.
And also, people have this weird thing, me included, for a while, have this weird thing.
I can't believe you switched up.
I know. I can't either. It hit me Saturday night. It was like a huge moment. Yeah. I was like, he's the greatest player ever.
Out?
He's the greatest player ever. No, it was when I was getting off the plane.
Oh.
I was like, he's the greatest player ever. But he, people have this weird thing with Jordan where it's like, Jordan like wanted it more. Like Jordan in the clutch. You want Jordan to have the ball. It's fucking amazing.
Gambling addict.
I love him to death. I love Jordan. I love everything about him. But this weird narrative that like that LeBron isn't like that.
Yeah, LeBron has.
Look at him like every single time when it matters.
He has more playoff buzzer beaters than anyone.
Right, that for one. It's just weird how the narrative's been shaped because LeBron doesn't really play like that. He's just better than you. You know what I mean?
Right.
And like he's just gonna score. He's gonna average like a 40-point triple double in the finals because it's the finals.
Yeah,
he's gonna this in-season tournament. You just said like. There's no player you'd rather want right now on your team than LeBron. I agree because look at him in the in-season tournament, semifinals and finals. Obviously, Anthony Davis was huge in that
40 and 20.
40 and 20, but like
also when it comes to the GOAT debate and greatest player debates, you can't do the thing where it's like teammates this, teammates that.
Yeah.
Because you can't be a good player without good teammates.
It's just not.
And obviously, good players make their teammates better, but you can't just win championships with nobody. Like I could say, Jordan didn't make the finals for fucking 10 years until Scottie Pippen came around. And then they were really good, but LeBron was good with nobody, and then couldn't win the finals. And his dig is that he can't win the finals. Well, you need a good team to win the finals, and to be a good player.
You just do.
You need good people around you.
For sure.
Scottie Pippen was an MVP candidate when Jordan left. I won't bring that up. Some people would though.
Right. My thing relating to that is that the players, for sure, that's kind of a tricky argument. But I've said this before.
I really want this cake.
Yeah, you should eat it.
I'm gonna later.
The coaches thing Jordan compared to LeBron.
Yeah.
Who was LeBron's Phil Jackson? Like he has had such a not perfect road in terms of
Coach of the Year though.
Career trajectory.
What was his name?
David Blatt.
No.
Who? Oh, one of the Cavs guys.
The Kings guy.
Oh, yeah.
Something Brown. Fuck. What's that guy?
He's great.
Yeah.
He's
Coach
good,
of the Year.
He's good now. But that was like 12 years ago.
Mm.
But he's just like Brady had Belichick. Jordan had Phil Jackson. Kobe had Phil Jackson.
Yeah.
LeBron had like 8 dudes, and one of them was pretty good.
Eric was good.
Eric was great.
Yeah.
But young Eric, you know what I mean? So
no, it's tough.
He's the greatest player ever. I've come around to it as a kid who never has watched Michael Jordan play.
That is not what I was expecting you to say at all.
Yeah.
Not what I was expecting you to say.
Yeah. So huge day for me.
Huge day for the podcast.
December 2023. I officially switched.
Now we have nothing to talk about.
I know. I can play the part if you want.
No, it's fine. We'll come up with our stuff.
Cool. 21 minutes in.
Yeah, Zion's fat.
Dude, Zion is big.
You know what I think?
Please.
I think he should get fatter.
Really?
I think he should spite the media and just tack on another 100 pounds.
What's weird is he still is very explosive.
Full Eddie Lacy.
Okay.
I think he should get real big.
Okay, get real big.
Real big.
Yeah.
Why is it a problem that he's fat?
Because he
They're body shaming?
LeBron won, and LeBron cooked him as a 39-year-old.
Okay, Shaq was fat.
Yeah, and that was kind of his downfall after he won a championship.
Okay, but Zion being fat, just because LeBron cooked him.
He's super young still, too.
He also has played every game this year. So it's not like he's getting hurt.
Right.
And he's averaging more points than Jaylen Brown, who has the biggest contract in NBA history. Jimmy Butler, Karl-Anthony Towns, DeMar DeRozan, Julius Randle, Zach LaVine. Like, he's still an elite player. He's still an all-star, borderline all-star.
Yeah.
He's averaging 5 rebounds, 5 assists, like a steal, a block. I don't know why he can't be fat.
I think it's because everyone just saw LeBron destroy him, and it was
Okay,
like,
one game. Again, this fucking media. I'm pro-fat people. Although, be healthy.
Right. Be happy.
Be happy, be healthy, be horny. Be horny as well.
He is. The Stephen A. stuff is crazy.
Yeah, there was also,
there?
I guess,
like
some media dude interviewed a chef in New Orleans and said he's a local legend around here. Like, you see him and he'll eat the table.
He will eat the table.
That's awesome.
Awesome.
I want to sit down. That would be my guy, like 500,000 or eat.
Who you bringing?
Or eat with Zion.
Zion.
I'm eating with Zion.
I'm eating with Zion.
I want to see him eat a table. You think he could?
Hagrid.
Does he have?
He'd eat Hagrid.
Does he have?
Pica. Oh, metal table.
He's a metal table.
He doesn't. He's explosive still. Like he might be. He's lost a little explosiveness, but he's still explosive. I obviously want to see him in great shape. That being said, I love that take. Just get out.
Get way fatter.
Keep going.
Get huge.
It is hilarious. Like I've never seen as huge. Stephen A. is maybe the biggest media personality in the basketball world. Talk about a human like this. He's like
Stephen A's been on one lately though. He has his like Stephen A. After Dark thing where he talks about just having sex.
Shit. Yeah, crazy shit. And he's like, I see him get in the line, and I'm seeing his belly just jiggle. I'm like, he like cut a promo on Zion. It was unbelievable.
I don't see a problem with him just being massive and bodying people in the post. What if he was 450 pounds?
He could be better.
What if he's 450?
He can't run up and down the court like that.
Who needs
His
to?
angles are always he's gonna be destroyed.
Dude, he could be. You don't think Vince Wilfork could get up and down?
Vince Wilfork could throw a ball 100 yards.
I think Zion should tack on mass.
He has a lot of it already. He's a big old boy.
More.
Hilarious. Like Bill Simmons.
He should bulk.
I said this before the show, but Bill Simmons was like, I went to see him in person, and it was crazy.
It was crazy, yeah.
That is a crazy thing to say. I went to see a human in person, and it was way worse.
And I was shocked.
I was shocked at how fat they were. Like,
I don't know.
Oh my God.
I think there's no... If he was huge, I think it'd be awesome.
He is huge.
What if he grows?
Height-wise?
Yeah.
What
What if he tacks on mass and then...
It is the local legend stuff in New Orleans is awesome. I love how I think it's because the story broke too that it was like Zion will not listen to the Pelicans.
Yeah, I know. Like, that's what it is.
All right, man.
And he was also in shape a couple years ago.
Yeah.
But still getting hurt.
Right.
So he knows his body's gonna get hurt anyway. So might as well just enjoy the food.
He's having a good season.
Get fat.
That being said, the Pelicans are kind of pacery when he's not on the court, and then he's on the court and it slows down big time.
Are they though? Because who do they really have?
Like Jose Alvarado and the Murphy kid.
I mean, Brandon Ingram's bad.
Yeah,
Herb Jones is all right.
Good player.
Jonas Valanciunas is like 10-10.
Yeah,
he has some games where he's good.
I like him. Yeah, Zion's fast.
Imagine getting hit by a screen, 450-pound Zion.
I'm dead. Rib cage imploded.
He could just take out people left and right.
Season.
You know what? My birthday wish.
Please.
Zion tacks on 100 pounds.
100 more pounds.
100 more pounds, and sets a life-ending screen on Steph Curry.
What is wrong with you, you psychopath? I want to look up
his BMI.
Yeah, no, his weight right now. No.
Let's take a guess.
Yeah, I'm okay.
Is that true?
That can't be right.
That is giant.
He is 6'6", 284 right now.
Since when? No, that's probably a little old.
But I think
that's probably didn't count as intake today.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
he's probably $3 bills.
He's 300.
How much did Shaq weigh?
He's 300. Shaq was like 330. Dude, wow. That is crazy.
All right, flag it.
Cut it.
Keep it in.
No, don't.
Keep it in.
Don't.
Grinch, keep it in.
Grinch is our podcast editor. He's 300 at least. He's got to be, right?
He's big. I think if he was closer to 4, it'd be beneficial.
Okay. All right, we're going to take a break and come back with some MLB stuff.
Yeah, and maybe some golf.
Yeah.
I hate chocolate cake.
Fuck. Sophia was like...
Who doesn't like cake?
She was like, what is he like? I was like... She was like, haven't you known him for like 15 years? I was like, yeah. I don't know.
What does he like?
I don't know. I don't know what he likes. We were at the market, and she was like, just get him, like, what's his favorite food? And I was like, huh, good question.
What are my favorite foods?
Chicken parm.
I told you that today. What else do I like to eat?
I still don't know. I got you a chocolate cake, which I think is like one of your least favorite foods. So
It is. I hate chocolate cake.
I know you do.
A couple weeks ago, we did a favorite things draft, and I picked mangoes. I love mangoes.
I should have just looked at the drafts.
Yeah.
I should have bought you mangoes. That would have been so
I would've
good.
loved
I'm a
mangoes
terrible
tonight.
friend. I'm terrible.
I don't know what your favorite foods are.
Boom.
You like, I mean...
I don't really have any.
Yeah.
Not peanut butter.
You like
Start
pasta.
there. I love pasta.
You love, like, you just like a good, hearty Irish meal.
Not Irish, Italian.
No, but, like, you would love, like, steak and potatoes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You love broccoli.
Right. I love broccoli.
Yeah, you love broccoli.
I love it. Last segment of the day, we're just going to talk a little Shohei Ohtani, a little baseball in general.
Yeah.
I am in class with a Red Sox executive.
Yes.
And he was sharing his just photos he was taking at winter meetings. So
teach me about him.
Totally know. I am an expert on winter meetings now.
And I'm in now.
It is just like a conference. It is just a baseball convention. That's just what it is. But like not fun at all. They just a big old hotel, and there's just meetings about like super boring stuff. And he was like, "Yeah, it's so boring. You just go and there's like."
So what was he taking pictures of?
Craig Breslow on the phone trading Verdugo to the Yankees.
Really? Yeah, I was going to ask you about the Verdugo thing.
Yeah, but no one knew what it was. He was like, I'm just going to be over here. He was still in the room. He was just like in the corner like this, and then the news broke that
So was there a Yankees guy in the room?
No, he's on the phone. So I was like, what are we... It was just like a Red Sox dinner, and they were just...
So why do you even go to the...
That's what I'm saying.
Just do it in person.
Right, yeah. And but they were just like attendance meetings and analytics meetings and all this. It just seems like a boring old convention. So
Yeah, most conventions are really fun.
Exactly. So that's what winter meetings are.
Awesome.
Which is
glad
great.
you learned that. Thank you,
Glad we figured that out. Yep.
The Verdugo stuff.
Yep.
I'm not a big Verdugo guy.
Me neither.
He's probably gonna be terrible on the Yankees.
Yeah, he's a Jacoby Ellsbury.
I thought they were gonna. Wait, did they get Juan Soto?
Yeah.
Did they trade Verdugo?
No.
Huh. They got a deep outfield now.
Yeah. Juan Soto to the Yankees. I don't know enough about baseball, but I think Juan Soto disappointed a bit on the Padres.
I think so as well.
Yeah.
So was our other guy.
Yeah. Who's that?
Xander Bogaerts.
Yeah, well, it was disappointing. And then, they're...
and
their owner
The
died.
thing about the Verdugo trade is now the Mookie Betts trade is looking like the worst trade in sports history.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the worst trade of my lifetime.
Right?
By far.
Why did we trade him? Jeter Downs,
who's also no longer on the team.
And we traded David Price.
Yep.
Who's like getting older, but still a good pitcher.
He had like one other good year left.
Well, they won the World Series.
Yeah, it was right that year. And we got Jeter Downs, Verdugo, and Kike, and gone.
Back in the Dodgers, actually.
Let's look up this trade.
I hate websites. I hate them. I fucking hate websites.
They're the worst. Every time I go on, I'm like, let me just look up a simple thing. Here's 17 ads right in my face, none of which I'm interested in.
And you have to click 3 pages over.
Yes. And here's a newsletter. Please subscribe.
And by the way, by the time you get to the actual article, it's $3 to see it.
It's $3. And the X button it's like a scavenger hunt to find it. I can't find it.
Nothing makes me more upset in the age of technology than technology not working.
Yes. And websites, fix them.
Fix them. Especially like news websites. You're telling me newspapers so out of business, like the worst, like completely tanked downhill. Okay, let's go to the digital age. You are screwing that up even more. Yeah.
It's like, how are we not pivoting?
It's because we haven't bought back the banks.
We gotta buy back the banks.
We
got to. What's your most? So the election's coming up.
Yeah.
What's something you most value in a candidate?
Their take on buying back the banks.
Right.
And also Sexism. I mean, that's just in our room.
I give it. Yeah, that is playing in the podcast studio, I think. All right, so the Dodgers got Mookie Betts, David Price, and cash.
Yep.
Why were we giving them cash? I don't know. And a bunch of bums. The Red Sox got Alex Verdugo, Jeter Downs, and Connor Wong.
Connor Wong. He's playing good. Catcher.
Yep. Is he in the program still?
I thought he started.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I think he starts.
Connor Wong's a good player.
Yeah, good player, good ball player.
Sure, we didn't even get Jeter Downs, but Jeter Downs is not on the team. So
I think he went to the.
I think the Pirates or something. But
no, that was bad.
Worst trade of my life.
Really bad. So that sucks.
Can't stand it.
We got 2 pitchers, I think.
Can't stand it.
And I think we signed a pitcher
for Verdugo. We got 2 pitchers. Yes, we got 2 pitchers.
I think we also signed a pitcher.
Yeah, and I was kind of hoping for the Yamamoto stuff to happen.
Oh, I was going to take a guess at his name.
Yamamoto.
I was going to say starts with Y, ends with an A.
Yep. We signed, I know his name, best player on our team last year.
The pitcher?
No. The guy we got last year who's really good, who's from Japan.
Oh, Masataka
Yoshida. Thought we were going to do a little same thing that we did with Yoshida, which was a great signing.
Yeah.
I love Yoshida. Saw a report today, Dodgers are front runners to sign Yamamoto.
Yes.
So Yamamoto and Shohei are boys. So Shohei signed for $700 million, 10 years.
Yeah, 10 years, $700 million.
Pushed $68 million of it till the last year.
No.
Okay, what happened?
True. He is deferring the money until 10 years after. So he's doing $2 million a year from now for the next 10 years.
2033.
Yes, and then from 2034 to 2045, he's making $68 million a year. So in 2045, when he's not going to be playing baseball, he'll be making $68 million.
Good for him.
So basically, it clears up cap space.
It's genius.
Yes. And I was thinking to myself, why don't more players do this? Why don't more teams do this?
Big stars. His endorsement deals are unbelievable.
Yeah.
With New Balance, they're crazy.
Yes. Well, the value of the dollar in 2045 is going to be half.
Yeah,
half.
True.
That's why.
Okay.
I thought about it. That's why I was in a mental pretzel today. I was like, why don't more teams just fucking do this and sign more? Why wouldn't Mookie Betts do this? Because the other reason he did it, if you think about it, obviously he can get more players, but then he can move from California and get paid $68 million a year in Florida and have no income tax.
No tax.
Yeah.
No tax.
And make way more money.
Yep.
So that's why it's a genius move. But also, in 2045, that money will be worth way less.
Yeah.
That's why people and agents don't sign it because it's just give me the money now.
Give me the money now. But Shohei's I want to win baseball games. Also that.
Which is huge.
I want to win baseball games. This is why the Patriots were so successful for 20 years, because Tom Brady was never the 5th highest paid quarterback in the league.
Yeah.
You can do these crazy things. And it's baseball, so it's a little different. It's a soft cap. Dodgers are the most wealthy team in the league. I think them are the Yankees. And they might sign Yamamoto.
Yeah.
Freddie Freeman, Mookie Betts. This last couple of years, Freddie Freeman, Mookie Betts. Yet they've won one championship. So
in the COVID year, too.
In the COVID year.
Dodgers will be the Dodgers.
Dodgers will be the Dodgers. I'm pumped to go watch them play in person.
Yeah.
We should go together.
Yeah.
Will you? Yeah, they'll be playing.
The Dodgers? Yeah, I'll go.
Yeah.
I'm going to book those flights.
Oh, yeah, I need to book mine.
So 2 games. This was before.
Okay.
For Shohei's contract, when it was $700 million, I did some calculations.
Please.
It's the same amount for the yearly salary that Brock Purdy makes.
For
2 games.
2 games. Okay.
And there's a lot of baseball games.
Yes.
Mookie and Shohei together make $1.07 billion their contracts combined, which is more than the value of the Marlins franchise. 2 players.
Okay.
So
probably more than the GDP of
many countries.
A bunch of countries.
Many countries.
Yeah.
I was going to look that up too. $700 million is more than LeBron and Jordan's contracts combined, all of them. Which obviously Jordan's inflation now would be different, but combined at the time it's
probably pretty close. Honestly.
This one guy whose arm is cooked.
Arm is cooked.
Great hitter, but $700 million, huh?
Arm is cooked.
I don't know if I would want the Red Sox to do that.
I don't think I would.
I would love Yamamoto.
I would love Yamamoto too.
Or make a splash somewhere else.
I'm
kind of getting upset with John Henry.
Here's the thing. Me too. Here's the thing. The Diamondbacks were in the World Series this year.
Correct.
Baseball.
Yeah.
I don't think you need it in baseball.
The Red Sox also went from worst to first without signing any big contracts.
Johnny Gomes and Mike Napoli.
Yeah.
I don't think you need to sign a guy for 10 years in $700 million to be good in Major League Baseball.
No, I don't. But at the same time, it's pretty cool.
It's cool and it's great. And
the Red Sox are such a big
brand
that you have to just do something.
You should do something.
And John Henry's we're going to make a big splash this offseason, and he hasn't done anything.
No, nothing. Yamamoto would be unbelievable.
To be fair, though, Liverpool. They have to worry about Liverpool.
And the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Yeah,
and
but
the Las
Liverpool's
Vegas
actually
team.
winning the Premier League.
Really good team. It's wide open, by the way. I love it.
Well, no, Liverpool's got it locked up.
Right.
They're at the top of the table.
Villa.
You didn't hear?
Villa. No, I heard.
Aston Villa, my ass, dude.
They're really good though. Good. They had a bunch of dogs.
Better than Man U.
Horrible. Yeah, I'm fine with it that we didn't do it. I think there's a lot of ways to win in baseball. I don't really know how conducive to winning that whole system is.
I don't know. I also just don't understand how you can just give 2 players over $1 billion. I don't understand baseball whatsoever.
Soft cap, which I don't even know if there's a cap.
I don't know what does it matter?
And it's, by the way, the cap is like if you go over it, you have to pay a tax.
And these guys are multi-billionaires.
It's not like if you go over it, you like don't get to play. You just have to pay.
You just have to pay more.
So I'll just be a billionaire.
Well,
that's why the Clippers. Like,
why don't they just sign everyone?
Right. There has to be some limit.
I don't know if there is.
Right. But Todd Bowley's like a minority owner there, and it's Chelsea. Like it's quite the spender.
I don't understand baseball at all.
I really don't either.
I don't understand where all this money comes from because no one watches baseball.
No, it was more profitable this year than last year, though.
Oh, hell
yeah.
Go baseball.
I think the Red Sox are still a little bit scarred from the Pablo Sandoval deal. I think that is still haunting them.
I loved him in the hot corner.
I did too.
Big Panda.
Yeah, he was terrible.
I made my Xbox name Big Panda because of him.
That's great. I loved him on San Fran.
Yeah.
And Hanley Ramirez, that same year.
He got drafted by the Saudi Baseball League.
Hanley.
No, Pablo Sandoval.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
And Bartolo Colon was like the first pick.
Yes. So watch out, MLB. Speaking of Saudi leagues. Transition.
Look at us.
Pro podcasters.
Podcasting. Jon Rahm.
Best player in the world right now.
LIV. Yeah, probably.
Moving to LIV.
$430 million.
Yep.
Guaranteed. All those contracts are guaranteed. $430 million guaranteed, which is such a good move on his part.
Of course.
Such a good move. People forget that they announced the merger. So at some point they'll be working together. And you know that you can play in the majors now. So why not take $430 million guaranteed and now you have $430 million and you can play in the majors and you'll probably be back on the PGA Tour in 2 years' time.
McAfee was like, "Why'd you do it?" He was like, "The money."
Yeah, my family. Money.
Of course you did. As you should. The PGA Tour has not proven that they are worthy of not taking that money. No way.
Yeah, it's such a weird dynamic in golf right now, but it's...
Explain to me how it's working next season.
Same thing.
For a couple years and then it'll probably...
I think next year and then they're trying to work on the year after, but same thing. We also, the PGA Tour just played a mixed event.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Jason Day won with someone else, but it was awesome. And
is that the one with the kids yet? Or no, that's coming up.
The kids?
Like Tiger will play with Charlie and...
Oh, no, that hasn't happened yet.
Yeah. They gotta get themselves off the CW. I want to watch some LIV Golf. I'm not watching on the CW.
Yeah, you gotta show it somewhere else. It's such a weird format.
Yeah,
because they do.
How are they not on Fox? I feel like Fox would be eating that shit up. That seems like such a Fox property.
Like Saudi money.
Well, I just like a different thing. Like I don't know.
Yeah,
like,
but it's also that's the thing. You don't want to sign a deal with a Saudi Arabian oil money.
Yeah,
company, which they all are probably owned by anyway.
Yeah, well, I guess not.
But that's the whole point. But what I want to say is 15 of the last 30 major winners now play on the LIV Tour. So that's like this tour is just as competitive and as good at golf as the PGA Tour.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I think it's cool.
Yeah, I think it's cool too. I'm also like don't really care anymore now that they're merged because I'm like they're gonna be in the same thing in a few years. I'm pretty sure.
But like a few years, like I want to watch good golf tournaments this year. I'm not gonna watch any LIV Tour events, and now.
No. Not on the CW.
Now the PGA Tour events are not going to be as fun. Like, there's still so many good PGA Tour events that are not going to be as fun this year.
Wells Fargo.
Right. The Wells Fargo is what I was thinking.
Waste Management.
The John Deere.
Yeah, the waste management is awesome.
Which
is actually fun.
Yeah, the Players.
The Players is actually fun.
TPC. Major. Yeah, TPC is going to be awesome, but not with all these guys anymore.
So it's bittersweet.
Yeah, it is.
Bittersweet.
It is bittersweet. I have been itching to play golf.
Me too.
Like, dude.
I was at a
itchiest player.
Okay.
Itchiest person.
So you'd be proud of me. I've played once in the last 4 months, and it was indoors, and it wasn't great.
And I shot 1 under.
I'm at this golf tournament last week.
Yeah.
That I'm just managing. I'm just hanging out. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people there. Get up, hit a tee shot on the tee. I'm nervous. You know what I mean? I'm nervous. Yeah. This is tricky. A lot of eyeballs on me. I mean,
crushed it.
Right.
Isn't that the best feeling on earth?
Down the middle.
Isn't that the best feeling?
Everyone was like, "Oh my god!" Right down the middle.
So
couldn't have drawn it up more perfect.
Best feeling on earth.
Yeah.
Being in the golf industry, I've been in that situation a lot where you'll be chirping guys and they're like, "Oh, you step up and hit one, blah blah blah." Exactly. And I've hit some bad shots, and it's like.
Oh, I did that over the summer, and it actually I was
ruined your week.
Yeah.
But I have hit a couple good shots sometimes where it's like, oh my god! I one time
didn't matter anything I did for the rest of the day.
The owners were on the course, and I was like, hey guys, blah blah blah, and they're like, hey, come up here and hit one, ball if you're so good at golf. And I was like, all right, whatever. and it was a long par 3, so I had like a long iron.
Okay.
I had like maybe a 4 iron, 5 iron, and it wasn't my club. I hadn't swung all day.
Yeah.
And I stepped up to the tee and literally put the ball to 3 feet. Like I smoked one, and they were like, "Dude, fuck yeah!" And then they all came in from the round, and they were like, "Hey, like I used your shot. That was awesome. I made birdie." Blah blah blah. They were
so sick,
dude.
So sick,
euphoric.
So sick. I was playing with a former Division I quarterback at a Power 5
Did
school.
you see our old friend?
McDoug's?
No.
Oh,
the one we played with.
No, I was shocked,
dude, because I needed to get my iron back.
Oh my god, I know. I was shocked he wasn't there. But yeah, like Division I Power 5 quarterback, really good at golf, of course. And he was like, "Oh wait, was that yours? Like way up there in the middle of the fairway?" I was like, "Yeah,
I don't know.
That was mine.
Probably not.
Yeah, that
probably
was mine.
Mine's probably way further.
Yours is here, 30 yards behind. Yeah, but the other
mine's probably further up.
So pretty sweet. Feels like that's the episode.
Bruins update. We're doing Boston sports update.
Bruins update. I don't know.
Well, I'll let Matt take it.
Okay, yeah. Bruins
I have a lot to say, but I'll let Matt take it.
They're still pretty good. Montgomery gave like a speech about dads in the locker room.
That's all I need.
That was like, I'm gonna start bawling.
All I need.
It was like Dad's Weekend. Like they have all the dads come up, and he's like, "Seeing you guys with your dads makes me jealous because his dad passed when he was young or something." And he was like, "Go out and fucking ball for them tonight." You know what I mean? I was just like, "Damn it!"
Hockey is like what football wants to be. Like the grittiness.
I really don't think, and again, I'm not as dialed into hockey. I get really dialed in March. You know what I mean? But like, I don't understand why hockey isn't bigger. I don't know if I ever will.
Yeah.
It is so fun. It is such a cool fucking sport. It is so cool. And it's a great product too. Yeah, and I don't watch it until March. My dad watched it religiously, but it is awesome. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Hockey's awesome.
If you like low scoring games.
Not really. Sometimes they're like 7-5.
I mean, it's like 100 less points than a basketball team scores.
Okay. Well,
right.
Happy medium.
Okay. Yeah, that's all we got.
That's all we got.
Episode 50.
Have a great birthday week.
This will be the last episode in the studio?
No, one more.
Okay.
One more.
And then episode 50 will be...
Kissing episode.
We'll be in
the brothel.
On our honeymoon.
Yes. We'll go to a brothel today.
Yeah, we're going to go to a brothel on our honeymoon.
Yes.
Any loop.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks for listening.
I'm going
to watch Quinn shove his face in this cake now.
I'm not going to eat it.
You want to? Eat it. Why not?
I tried it.
Okay, nice. I see that.
I don't like chocolate cake.
There's a finger hole.
Here. You want me to finger hole yours?